Hey friends, it's me, I'm back and I'm not alone. I've got my dear friend and regular bass player Matt with me. How you doing, Matt?
Good, mate. How are you?
Great to see you, brother. Really great to see you, and thanks for coming back on the show again.
Oh no, it's great to be here. Thank you.
Really nice of you. We have got today a little treat for you. Coming right up in this episode, the Glarry GP Bass. Right, so what we've got here, if you want to grab that, that's a cool idea. What we've got here is what you saw unboxed a couple of Sundays ago, and this is the Glarry GP. No idea what it stands for. I'm guessing it's Glarry Precision because it is a similar shape to the Fender Precision bass, and the format and fixtures, fitting and measurements are all the same. It's a standard 34-inch scale length, which is the Fender Precision scale length. It's got a 42mm nut, which I believe is 1mm narrower than a Fender bass, but I could be wrong. I'm sure I'll find out in the comments. That's 1.656 inches. The thing weighs 3 kilograms, or as they put it, 107 ounces. So it's actually quite light.
It is. I mean, it's much lighter than a Precision.
Much lighter than a Precision bass. And I think that's possibly due to the fact that it's a basswood body. The neck is maple and it's got a rosewood fingerboard. Not quite sure how they got around CITES with that, but allegedly that's a rosewood fingerboard, and it does look like a rosewood rather than Palfero fingerboard. So that looks rather nice. It's a standard split single coil on the pickup, and we've got one volume, one tone, fixed bridge, and it comes with a cable and 2 hex wrenches, and that's it. Nice, simple, short and sweet. So I picked the white one because I was going to go for a blue one, funny enough, because I haven't got many blue guitars. But actually I quite like the white, and it's not out of keeping with the Harley Benton white guitar that I got. So first impressions, we have had a little look over this, and one of the things that I will say, and I think you found this, Matt, is the action is quite high.
It is, yeah.
So I'm going to say that looks... Yeah, we might just about get a shot of that. If you lower it down a touch, we'd probably pick it up in this camera.
There we go.
That's cool. It looks to be about maybe 5mm, maybe even more than 5mm.
I would say a bit more than that.
So this guitar definitely needs a setup.
It does.
I need to set this up. I haven't checked the relief. Let me have a quick...
Yeah, go for it.
We'll have a quick look at the relief and just see what that's like. Okay, so it's got no relief in the neck. So it also, as well as already having a high action, it also needs the neck relief put into it. And looking at this bridge does not look like it can go down any further than it is. Would you agree?
Yeah, that's all the way
right the way down. So potentially what we have here is the need to shim the neck, to actually bring the heel end of the neck up a little bit, to put a better break angle on that neck, because there is really very little other way of lowering that action any further. And I would say that the action up at the 12th fret and beyond is virtually unplayable, wouldn't you?
Up here.
Except when you've got really strong fingers, because you're a bass player.
It is quite getting very, very high.
It is.
Making it difficult to actually fret and not hit the other.
You wouldn't want to play fast runs up the top of the neck.
No.
You wouldn't want to do any bass tapping. And I'm not sure that bass players do slide, which you could always use it for as a guitar. If it was a guitar, it could be used for slide.
Yeah.
So
you could be onto something there.
Well,
bass slide. There we go.
Slide bass. There you go. That could be the next big thing out. So yeah, I think playability wise, it's a challenge, and I'm glad it's you doing the challenge and not me.
Thanks.
No, you're more than up for the task. So what do you make of it, having a look over it first?
It's quite a nice little, simple little bass.
Yeah.
Yeah. The first thing I noticed is there are some rough patches on the neck.
Yeah.
And you can see that there's still some sanding marks there. And
yeah, you can feel the sanding marks as well. Although one thing I would say is those fret ends are nicely finished.
Yep.
There's no sharp tangs, which is good. But you're right, there's definitely, you can feel unfinished sanding on the neck.
Yep.
So there's still some work to do on this guitar. I did tell you actually when you first arrived that there's also another issue with this bass,
Yeah.
in that I couldn't tune the A string. I ended up having to use a screwdriver, flathead screwdriver, to tune the A string because the notches in the A string slip and they jump over the cogs. So I have actually got another tuner on order from eBay, and just to let you know what Glarry did with that is they have come back to me, and this is a good level of customer service. They've said to me that in this instance that they will always replace the part, and if they can't, then they will cover the cost of sending the part via eBay. So
nice.
I've said to them, don't worry about it, because they haven't charged me for the guitar.
Fair enough.
So this is an unbiased review, as you can probably tell from the fact that really all we've done so far is criticise it. But they haven't charged me, so I won't claim that. But they will for everybody else, customers. If you have an issue with a Glarry guitar, they will fix it for you, I'm assured. So I'm really pleased with the customer service in that respect. But this bass has got more issues with it than just customer service.
Here as well. You see there's a little bit of solder just left in there.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
Which does give you a nice little bit of a pick holder there if you wanted. But it is pulling the pick guard up a little bit.
Absolutely. This pick guard's still got the plastic on it, by the way, because this is actually, I'm going to fix this up. I'm going to do all the work required on it and show you, because I haven't really done very much bass setup on my channel. So I'm going to look at, I'm going to take the neck off it. I'm going to shim the neck to turn that back so that we can get a bit of a better neck break angle on it. I may even need to just gently reduce the level of the neck pocket towards the neck end of that pocket, just to get this right, because that action is never going to be playable. And then this guitar is going out to a young guy who is looking forward to starting to learn the bass.
Oh, nice.
And isn't really in the position to be able to afford a bass at the moment. So I figured I've got this as be the third bass that I've got hanging around in the studio, and it would be a good project for me to do up and to give away to this young guy.
That's good.
Hopefully
That's nice.
Encourage him to start playing music, because
We know we need more bass players.
we do. Never need more bass players. No, I'm only joking, mate. So, should we just have a quick listen, because it does work. That's the main thing. The electronics are good, and
one of the things we first noticed was there is a bit of a hum.
Yeah.
Once you turn the volume up.
I've got a little feeling that when I take this apart and take the pick guard off of it, I'm going to need to re-solder the ground wire, because I think that's come off of the But if it's even connected, I'll need to check underneath the bridge to see if the ground wire is connected to the bridge. Sometimes that's the issue, that they just don't put one in which case I've got to drill from the cavity under the bridge. I've got to take the bridge off, and I've got to create a grounding connection to that bridge. So lots of work to do on this, lots of work coming up.
Okay. So we actually got it in tune-ish.
I did my best.
We're not tuned to E, I think. I think we're tuned to A at the moment.
We're tuned to whatever the A string could go up to. I think I did tune it to concert pitch.
Okay.
But if it slid at all, I had to tune everything back down to the A, because of the fact that the A is a broken tuner.
Okay. Still, it's sounding nice. It's got a nice sort of deep.
It's quite resonant, isn't it?
It is. But you can hear those frets there. So that definitely need that relief done, don't we?
Yeah, definitely got a little bit of fret buzz on there, and also it's very hard to play up the top there, isn't it?
It is.
I had a go on it, and it really was very difficult. So
Then again, you guitarists with your weak fingers.
sounds like a precision bass, a little bit like a precision bass.
A nice sort of round kind of.
Not sure about the output level of these pickups, but that could very well be because of the height that these strings are sitting up above it.
Far away, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Let's quickly, while you play it, I'll check the volume out, make sure that works, and the tone. Tone is very subtle. Does that feel any different at all?
Slightly.
Slightly.
You could change the capacitor on it maybe, or
Yeah.
the pot itself.
I have a feeling that pot might be a 250 pot, maybe. Okay. Could be a log pot actually. They may have put 2 log pots on this because the volume's definitely logarithmic.
Yep.
It's fairly even tapered, so that would indicate logarithmic, but I think that might be what they've done with the tone as well. They may have put 2 log pots on it, but we'll check that out. We'll open it up and have a look.
It does have quite a bit of sustain. That's quite.
Yeah, absolutely. The connection between the neck and the body is obviously quite good. Fair transfer resonance.
When you get up that high, you can
Hear that fretting out and yeah.
But still, there's nice overall tone, I think.
Yeah.
And for someone who's starting out, it's perfect little bass, I would
Nice
say.
little bass. Very, very good value. I think these cost £79 in the UK, can you believe?
79.
£79. Yeah. So for 79 UK pounds, you're going to expect a few issues, I guess. I haven't had any issues with any of the other Glarry guitars that I've got. The only issue I ever had was when I didn't pull the switcher off properly on the burning fire. But this definitely has some issues. It has some setup issues. It definitely has some neck joint issues that need resolving, and it's got a bit of a buzz on it, and it's got the A tuner that doesn't work properly.
Yeah.
All these things are worth bearing in mind. All these things are things that Glarry have promised that they would resolve if it was a standard customer. But I wanted to go ahead with this bass anyway and do this review so that you can see, warts and all, that not everything that comes from Glarry is first class every time out of the box. So
No.
I certainly got some work to cut out on this.
And you really want to do that for someone who's starting off.
Yes.
Because if they start playing off on this,
Absolutely.
get disillusioned quite easily, I would say.
Be very much so. I certainly wouldn't keep up with the instrument if the action was that high. The nut looks very high cut as well. Would you think?
I would say it's quite high.
Shall I have a quick another little look and I'll tell you what that's got under.
He hasn't got perfect pitch. He's got perfect measurement.
No, see now, fretting out of the 4th fret, you should have less than 1 millimetre of play on the 1st, but if you look at that, there's probably 2 or 3 mil under that.
At least.
So that nut needs to come off as well. Just going to check it's got a decent truss rod in it. What I will do before I start adjusting it is I will check the truss rod works. So I will give it a good tighten and a good loosen just to make sure I can bring that neck forward and back and get proper relief in it, because there's no point in me doing all the other work to find that the truss rod then doesn't work, so you can't do a proper setup. So yeah, the nut's got to come off, the bridge has got to come off, the strings, the plate's got to come off, the neck's got to come off, and we've got to replace that A tuning peg. By the time I've done all that, this should be a fairly nice bass. I might even rub the neck down a little bit more, finish that sanding off with some... I was
just going to say, you can actually see there where they've done the sanding and they have it just sort of left it a bit.
Yeah, they've kind of finished the neck and then they appear to have sanded off to make it a little more matte finished so that it's smoother, but it needs a bit more work and time and effort. Now I believe that this is going to end up being a Christmas present.
Oh, nice.
So, not from me. In fact, nobody will even know that I've been involved in it. I'll just do the work and make sure that this is this is tip top for the young guy. And
so you've been Santa then?
Yeah, now it's a real good reason as well. This youngster is a friend of a friend, and he had some fairly serious treatment for leukemia over the last few years. So it was a no-brainer. It's going to be a nice thing to do for a youngster, and I hope it's something that motivates him. He's finished his treatment now, but you know, I think that it always sort of stays with you a little bit, and he may not be quite as active and outdoorsy as other kids. So I think having a music hobby would do him the world of good.
It still gives you a bit of a workout.
It does indeed. Yeah, this one does. Yeah, seriously, you need to grow some real muscles in your forearms to fret this out. So there we have it, an overview of it. Thanks again, Matt, for coming in to play it for me and give us your insights.
I'll come back once you've done the job.
That'd be great. Yeah. We'll do that for sure. When I've done the work on this, and it'll be before Christmas, obviously, come back and have a play and see what you think of the work I've done on it, and see how it's playing then.
Cool.
Fingers crossed. Brilliant.
Right.
Thanks, brother.
Thank you.
Really good to see you. And we are going to start playing in a band again soon. That's for sure. Okay, friends. I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope it's given you a good insight into this Glarry GP bass, the precision style bass. I know that Glarry will be watching this review, and I know that they will do everything they can to put right the issues with this bass, and to help me to put right the issues that I need to put right with this bass. And I hope you found it informative and made you realise that when there are things wrong with gear, I do say so. I'm not a paid shill. I will give you an honest critique. So I'll be back with more work on this. In the meantime, if you've enjoyed this, if you've enjoyed the honesty, if you've enjoyed the good-looking man sat next to me, please remember to give this a thumbs up and a like. If you haven't yet, it really can't hurt to subscribe. And if you do, don't forget to click that bell icon, because then you'll get notified, because I generally upload every Tuesday and every Friday. And most of the time now, I'm doing a live stream Sunday as well, when I can, when time allows. So try not to miss out on all that. Thanks so much for watching till the end. I'll be back real soon with great content. In the meantime, as always, you take really good care.